What's going on YouTube? So today in this video we do have the MacBook Air M2, the midnight black. So this was like an impulsive buy. It's also something my sister needs for her schoolwork. So, you know, this is one of the best laptops you can get for the price point, for multi-use, since you can do a lot more when it comes to the MacBook. Now it is only the Air model, so you're not going to be doing intensive work, obviously, because Apple makes it very hard to do intensive work on the Air versions nowadays. But you can do some pretty good daily to day usage and have good battery life, a really good screen, and a bunch of decent features. The front faced webcam isn't really good, but that's pretty much how it is on a lot of webcams anyways. When it comes to, like, you know, MacBook Pro level, some of the same stuff, like that lightning port connection. When you have the MagSafe, you have that as well. You have two USB-C Thunderbolt ports. You do have an audio jack as well, which is helpful because actually she uses headphones that are wired sometimes, but you can also use your AirPods seamlessly with your MacBook as well. There's a bunch of different reasons to get a MacBook. Well, I don't want to sound like Apple sheep, but you know, it's just a nice way to have a MacBook instead, especially for schoolwork or for like Photoshop or videography, anything like that. The unboxing experience is very nice. They actually matched the cable to the MacBook color, which is nice. Not even the MacBook Pros did that. On the M2 versions, the M3 versions, I believe, did do that, and I actually might test out an M3 MacBook Pro. Maybe the base entry $1,600 one, maybe the $2,000 one, I don't know, because I just bought a MacBook. I don't need an upgrade, but it might be cool to test out. When it comes to speed, performance, and battery life, let's get into that very quickly. So speed, when you're on the fly with internet or browsing internet, watching YouTube, watching Netflix, Hulu, any of your favorite streaming services, you have no issues whatsoever. The brightness on the screen gets pretty bright, actually, very similar to the MacBook Pro. Not the same nittage, but it's very, very close. Now this is a 15-inch laptop, which is actually the perfect size when it comes to laptops in general. It does have an up to 18-hour battery life, which is pretty standard on all of their models. Touch ID, obviously, which is very useful when you're signing in. You just open it up, touch it, it'll wake it up, unlock, open to your tab immediately. So very, very nice on that. The media engine encoding is able to handle H.264, HEV, ProRes RAW. Decode and video encode engines are available, as well as ProRes encode and decode engine. So you're able to edit ProRes files on the fly when it comes to this. Hopefully not super smooth, but you'll be able to edit it as well. Now when it does come to the nit brightness, the peak brightness that you can get, it's 500 nits as opposed to 1,000 nits on the MacBook Pro M2 version, but the M2 version has a 1600 nit HDR peak brightness for content. So from day-to-day usage, it'll be from 1,000 nits, but if you're editing or watching stuff in HDR, it'll be up to 1600 nits. So it's double to triple the amounts of nit brightness on the M2 Pro. But 500 nits is really good when it comes to that. It's better than the previous version, MacBook Air M1, which I did unbox. And it also has a bigger pixel aspect ratio. The model before that had 2560 by 1600, so it's slightly better when it comes to the pixel resolution. It's only a 60 Hz screen, so that's probably a little bit of the downside as opposed to the ProMotion on the M2 and M3 and whatever. Now this does weigh obviously lighter than the MacBook Pro, and it's actually heavier than the MacBook M1 Air, which is crazy. So it's lighter than the Pro by 0.2 pounds, but it's heavier than the MacBook M1 Air by like 0.5 pounds, which is crazy. It's weird how they're making it heavier. It's an Air version, which are able to have, you know, somewhat spatial audio when playing certain music in Dolby Atmos or spatial audio, as opposed to stereo on the M1. So that's a big jump in audio quality. Also, this does have a backlit keyboard, which is very helpful when you're, you know, working or studying at night, anything when you're using your MacBook, which is nice. That's pretty much all the on-paper specs when it comes to this laptop. It's a huge leap in performance when it comes to the previous generation M1 MacBook Air. Also, it does have the notch. Whether you're a fan of that or whether you are not a fan of that, completely up to you. But in my opinion, it does give you a lot more screen real estate as opposed to big notches on the top and the bottom. It's giving you more screen. I'm all for that, which is really good. There's no weak points when it comes to the top half or the bottom half. It's just utilizing, space on the top, so you're actually getting a lot more screen when it comes to that, like date and time and the top Chrome stuff and whatever. So yeah, the MacBook Air is a really good investment if you plan on getting it as a gift, or you plan on getting it for schoolwork or video work. I would say maybe not for video work, but definitely as a college student, or just a student in general, or maybe you want to just do some light browsing on the internet with maybe some research or stuff like that. MacBook Air is only $900. I say only, but it's one of the better options that you can get out there, especially since you get to transfer everything on your iPhone, from text messages, images, notes, videos, and everything. You can airdrop it to your MacBook, or you easily transfer files on the fly when it comes to that, back and forth, vice versa, from iPhone to MacBook and MacBook to iPhone. Very convenient. You can also do like light Photoshop editing and stuff like that. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you would get a MacBook or not. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day. We out.